What's up, guys? Kuzons here, coming at you with a new series. Well, new channel, actually. This is the first ever video there. But a new series on the new channel where I'm going to talk about, this episode is going to be talking about Legend of Korra and the finale coming up. But I don't really have a name yet. But I'm basically going to say it's 4 reasons I'm hyped for and 2 reasons I'm not about the finale. About whatever entertainment fiasco is happening that week. This week it just happens to be Korra. But I will be completely honest, I got the idea from Emergency Awesome. As you can tell, I'm sitting angled on one side with computer monitors over here and a microphone and a bunch of other stuff. But I feel like I can put my own little spin on it. There's going to be some editing things thrown in if I can figure out how to edit on a Windows computer. I'm a former Mac Final Cut Expert Pro person. And I never really got into editing on the Windows computer, so I got to figure out what software I need and how to do it. I'm sure you guys will see the results, whether it's Windows Movie Maker or whatever I can scrounge together. But without further ado, here we go. So the #1 reason why I'm hyped for the finale coming up, well, the Avatar finale was incredible. Full spoiler alert, by the way, right now. The Avatar finale, Avatar The Last Airbender in 2008, is probably my favorite episode of television ever. It's definitely up there, along with the Scrubs Season 8 finale and a bunch of the Doctor Who episodes. Along with Chuck. A bunch of episodes of Chuck are up there too. But anyway, that finale was incredible. It was basically a movie on TV. It was an hour-and-a-half long. The production quality was fantastic. The story was perfect. It had a full orchestral score. I mean, these two creators, Mike DiMartino and Brian Konietzko? Or I might have messed that up. I might have switched them up. I know it's Mike and Brian, and those are their last names, but I might have mixed them together. Anyway, they are fantastic. They're extremely talented. They do a terrific job, and that's why I know this finale is going to be amazing. And that's why I'm sitting here shaking in my seat. I can't wait, man. Part of me wants Friday to never happen, because I want this series to always be continuing. You know, I want more and more and more content. But at the same time, closure, man. It's great. So many shows, so many things, you know, you never get closure on. You never get to finish the series. Whether it's Chuck, where they had to rush the finale, or Lost, where they completely mess up the finale, or any other number of shows where they screw up the ending. Scrubs, which never really had a true ending of Season 9. It's great to have a series come to a knowing close when it wants to come to an end. And I trust no other 2 people in the world more than Mike and Brian making this series. And that's the #1 reason why I'm hyped. The #2 reason why I'm so hyped for this finale is I love the villain this year. I love that they're taking bits of history and turning it into this kind of futuristic, kind of historical awesomeness. So if you're not familiar, the villain this year is a woman named Kuvira. Kuvira. Yeah, definitely Kuvira. Sorry, the name pronunciation with a bunch of the Asiatic names in this series is a little difficult. But she's basically like a badass female Hitler who can bend metal and is a little like Darth Vader. I know, it sounds weird, but it's really cool because the thing that they do in the Avatar world, with the exception of Ozai from the original series, they really humanize the villains. I mean, every villain you kind of root for a little bit at the beginning. And I definitely did that with Kuvira. I mean, she had Su Yin raised her. Kuvira's not Su Yin's daughter, but she was raised by Su Yin anyway. And Su Yin wouldn't help the Earth Empire, or the Earth Kingdom. Whatever it was called when they destroyed it after the Earth Queen died. And she needed to step up. Cora was nowhere to be seen. Su Yin wouldn't do anything. Republic City had no jurisdiction. So she had to step up and gather up everybody's forces, and she seemed to be doing it somewhat peacefully. But then she gets carried away with her power. All the things go wrong. She just keeps on conquering and conquering. It's basically World War II. The Earth Kingdom was a mess after Book 3. It was just like Germany after World War I. You know, rampaging bandits, complete bankruptcy, superinflation, all these crazy things are happening, and then all of a sudden this fascist ruler comes out of nowhere, sweeps in, solves everybody's problems to an extent, and then gets a little carried away. And there are even like concentration camps in the series too. I'm a big historical geek, and I love when shows put a new twist on old stuff. It's great. I love it. And that's one of the reasons why I'm so hyped for this finale. Because the villain is really good. She's probably my third favorite villain behind Azula and Zahir. So, that's saying a lot, because there have been some great villains in this. The number 3 reason I'm hyped is, well, curiosity. I can't wait to see where this goes, because I have no idea where it's going to go. The previous finale in Avatar was the finale. There was only one main villain through the series. I know technically Zuko was the Season 1 villain, Azula was Season 2, and Ozai was Season 3. But the villain the whole time was Ozai. The Fire Nation was the enemy, and it was this big, big story that eventually led to the finale. In Korra, it's a little different. I mean, there is some overlying stuff of finding the balance between everything, between fascism, like Kavira, and anarchism, like Zahir. But overall, it's 4 separate seasons. There's 4 separate enemies. And how do you combine a separate enemy, concluding a separate enemy, like its own independent enemy, with concluding the series? I don't really know how it's going to mix. I'm sure it's going to be awesome, but I don't know. I'm just really excited for it. And another reason why I'm so curious is I don't know how they're going to beat that giant mech thing. I don't. That thing's insane. How in the Avatar world, in like 70 years, they went from, horse-drawn carriage, or ostrich horse-drawn carriages, to giant 100-foot tall mech beasts. I have no idea. But they did, and that thing is fucking awesome. So, I just can't wait, man. I can't wait. 4th reason I'm hyped is Team Avatar is back. Everybody is there, plus Baatar Jr., which is going to be an interesting dynamic. But the whole team is there. We have Mako, we have Bolin, we have Opal, we have Lin Beifong. I'm sure Suyin is going to show up. We have everybody there. I'm sure Kai is going to play a role. Tenzin. They're all together, and there's going to be an epic battle, and it's going to be amazing. And I'm kind of secretly hoping, in Season 3, they teased Fire Lord Zuko meeting with Iroh in the spirit world, and I really want that to happen. I know Korra's its own series, but man, I love those guys from the old series. I want to see more grown-up Aang. I want to see more grown-up Zuko. I need some flashbacks. I want one, and I know they pretty much confirmed with Toph saying we got to leave it to the kids, that there's going to be no flashbacks, or at least it's going to be limited. But, oh man, I just really, really, really want to see a little bit of old Team Avatar, the gang. But, either way, I can't wait to see this end, because everybody is together, the common enemy is there, allies, it's just going to be great. So, that's why I'm hyped. Now, here are 2 reasons why I'm a little worried. Number 1 reason is Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon mishandled the Korra franchise over the past couple years, to say the least. Obviously, we got our 4 seasons, which is what we originally wanted. Well, technically 2 seasons, 4 books, the way it's set up. But there were some serious budget cuts this year. And we had 1 clip show. The last episode was also affected by the budget cuts. It was still wonderful, but the montage they had of everybody setting up for the final battle, it basically contained a bunch of still scenes, which are a hell of a lot cheaper to produce than, standard montage stuff. So, it kind of makes me worry. The Avatar finale, it kind of makes me worry because the Avatar The Last Airbender finale was this huge thing. It was massively funded. It was basically a movie being produced. It had an orchestral score. It had everything. Tons of animators, people working 24/7, 365 to get the thing done, scrambles, final edits made days before it happened. And I'm not getting that feeling from Korra. There's no mass scramble. There's no massive effort. It's just 2 episodes. And while I'm sure the story is going to do a great job of closing it out, part of me is going to miss that epicness of the Avatar finale, the sheer scale of it all. I mean, there's probably going to be some incredible stuff, but there's not going to be anything on the scale of the giant, massive Agni Kai between Zuko and Azula. And there's probably not going to be anything on the scale of even Aang versus Ozai. I mean, the artwork, the animation, the sheer just amazingness of it, it's not quite going to be there. And I really hope it will be. But the funding, the money, the effort, just, that's what worries me, man. It really does. I know it's going to be great, but I'm kind of tempering my expectations a little bit. And the number 2 reason I'm not hyped is Korra worries me. I mean, we haven't dealt with Korra in a while. Korra being the weird avatar state Korra that shows up when she's fighting. And it looks like Korra's fully healed, but I don't think she is. Korra has never been completely healthy in a finale. Season 1, she had her bending taken away. Season 2, she got ripped apart from Rava. Season 3, she got beaten to hell by Zahir. And Season 4, it seems like she's perfectly alright right now. There's nothing that you can really see happening. And I don't know, I want Korra to reconnect with that Avatar spirit so we can see some flashbacks. And I want Korra to win, but I don't know. Either way this series goes, either we've been lied to and Korra's not better from Korra, which kind of pisses me off in a couple ways, or something else is going to happen to her that wasn't really set up all that much, and that'll be the conflict in the final episode. I don't know. I'm basically just spewing BS at this point. It's hard for me not to be hyped about this. It really is. So I'm going to cut it off there. I hope you enjoyed my first ever, Geeking Out with Kuzon. That's what I'll call it. There's the name. I thought of the name. Geeking Out with Kuzons. Alright, so we have a name, we have a series, and we have the Korra finale Friday airing at noon. We'll probably be on earlier. It'll be on Nick.com, Amazon Prime, and iTunes, if I'm not mistaken. And if you guys haven't watched this, please check out Avatar. Please check out Legend of Korra, because they are incredible. And then email the shit out of Nickelodeon to try to get a soundtrack released. So, without anything else, my name's Kuzons, or Jeff, as some people call me. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to subscribe to come back for more. And I'll see you next time.